couple comments. I went through this memorabilia yesterday, and it's amazing how many things I had forgotten, so much I had remembered. The wonderful relationship we had with people like Bogiel, Bill Burr, people on the record. We were very fortunate. We had a lot of good press. John Spear, God bless you. Patrick. So that was a segment of it. As I said to somebody tonight, the coaching part is the easiest part. It was all the other things that go along with coaching that made it such a tenuous thing to do. I thought about the investment you guys made in your with your lives prior to your JV season. How lucky you were that you believed. You had the tutelage of Coach Jarris, Coach Ponderada. Things went well for you. One guy hauled ass, left us, but yet he came back. I mean, you couldn't write a story like that. Then you have our off season, again, between your JV year and your varsity campaign, and how you prepared yourselves, like for the first day of testing. Who would even think of doing something like that? Our first day was like a great exhibition. Unbelievable how we prepared. First game. You didn't want to play us. So that, I thought about those things. The winning, I was very lucky. In high school, I played on 2 undefeated teams. College, I didn't experience a great deal of success, although I was on an undefeated team and a team that lost 1 game. And then I came to Washingtonville, and we were like the doormat. Just think what we did in such a short period of time, 13 years in the history of our football. We had a championship team. Just think of that. What an accomplishment that is. And just think it hasn't been replicated since. I don't even know what the match is. No, let's not clap too much because Ruck and I were there for a lot of bad. And as Danny and I are comparing drugs tonight, this isn't the ideal profession for physical stress and mental stress and whatever. But yet, relationships. Yes, of course, I wish we had more people here tonight, but it's so wonderful to see you and share some time with you and to find out what you're doing. That's the greatest thing about coaching, is sharing with you and finding out how you're doing, the success you have in your lives. So much of it has to do with your parents, your friends, the football process. When you start thinking about it, and you need to take time as you assess your life, what has contributed to you right now at this point in life? So many of the wonderful things that have happened to all of us. So, as I was reflecting on this yesterday, and looking at some of the negative statistics, which we coaches tend to look at too much, versus the positive things, and there are so many wonderful things that have happened. And I could get into empirical data here now and ruin our evening. So I'll just terminate by saying thank you for a wonderful day. Thank you for that time in our life that we shared together. Congratulations. And now, in a few words, Coach left the show. Just a few reflections. Come on, Ron. Come on, Coach. But keep it brief since I was verbose.
Well, Coach gets to talk. Go, Coach.
I'm not responsible. Yes, right.
I'm not responsible. How many
First
drinks
of
have you
all, I
had?
want to thank you guys for not getting me fired. That's about 20 minutes this time, and I just told you now. Second of all, I watched some of that tonight. all those guys that hit on that sideline, I watched it down there. But I tell you one thing that they don't have that you guys did right here. You can't beat that. And that's it. That's all you need. That's all you need to hear. It's right there. And that's it. And thank you for taking me along for the ride.
Well said. Thank you. Well said.
And the captains always have a lot to say. This is it.
Well, I got something to say. I just got yelled at the last time I got up.
Take a little abuse?
I take a lot of abuse, Coach. I got 2 daughters, believe me. I take a lot of abuse.
So Johnny, you gotta wait.
Wife.
I can't find what I had, but I just wanted to say one thing. I want to first thank everybody for coming tonight. Tony, thank you for doing all the work. When Coach Clark had contacted me about getting together with everybody, you know, I'm like, 30 years is a long time. Something that we have, and a lot of people are very envious of, the relationships that we have, and we still have today. Steve coming in from New Mexico, Rob in Seattle. I mean, people don't understand that when they say, oh, how do you know Bruce? How do you know Timmy? Oh, Joe. Oh, how do you know Mike DeWitt? Oh, well, we went to high school. You guys went to high school together? And we're all still the best of friends. And we've spent the better part of our lives together. And we're still together. And the common bond that was created in being at Washingtonville High School. I was reading an article last night, Steve's thing, and my eyesight's a little bad, but there was a quote in one of the articles, and it said, we may have 4 or 5 real athletes on the team, and the rest of the team is made up of heart and determination. And Coach Ruck hit the nail right on the head. We might not have been the most talented team, but we worked as hard as we could, and you guys got the best of us. And I want to thank the coaches, especially you, Coach Jarris, because my success is based on what I learned from you, and it means a lot to me. But not just on the football field, but in the classroom. And when I talked to Scotty about this, I was breaking down, and he was so upset about not being here. But he owes his success to what we learned from you. And I know I owe my success to what we learned from the coaches. And I just want to thank you guys. I want to thank my teammates. And I can't believe it's been 30 years, but guys, we did it, and they'll be able to take that away from us. Thank you.
Go get him, Cowboy. Make sure you cover all the subjects so I don't have to get back up, please.
Yeah. So, I'll try to get through this. One of the things I learned from Coach Green, among the many, is it's okay to cry. And I learned a lot of my emotion from Coach Green. But aside from Coach Ruck, I don't know that anybody here has been in a war zone. Okay? And I can tell you, through my life, going through West Point was easy. Being a plebe was easy. Thinking back to what I had learned, these 3 gentlemen, right? Being with you guys. The 7 months I spent over in Iraq, in Desert Storm, how many times I reflected back when I needed something, and the time that we spent together. That's what got me through that, right? That's what I tried to teach my men that I led into combat, right? And that's what it's really all about. The things that you learned, you don't realize when you're 17 years old, that are going to impact you and really shape you for the rest of your life, right? And again, we have these 3 to thank for that, and us all as teammates. One of the things that we had to learn at West Point was a quote from Douglas MacArthur. It goes, "Upon the fields of friendly strife, sown the seeds that upon other fields on other days will bear the fruits of victory." Right? And that was about, being teammates, being in a sport like football. There's a lot of famous stories about generals in wartime saying, "Hey, I need somebody tough. I need an Army football player." Right? And it was no different than the Washingtonville football team. Right? So, again, my hat's off to you three for helping us and for making us what we are today. And for you guys as being the best teammates. There's not too many days that I don't think back on that. Thank you.
Any words from you, Mark, man? Why don't you tell us any stories?
I First of all, I did not throw Jared Shaw's helmet 50 yards. Okay? 25 was probably the truth.
And it was Terry Curtis. It wasn't Jared Shaw.
Well, there's a little confusion there.
Found a helmet in Goshen.
So that wasn't true. I was kind of young then and maybe a little on the wild side, and enthusiastic. And we had great success with you guys, and I was thinking, hey, success because we knew what we were doing. We were great coaches, Then I went to another school and did the same stuff, and it didn't work as well. So I kind of learned a lot from there. But the one thing you guys are hitting on here, and I've been involved with a million teams in my life. I played summers 150 softball games. I played basketball. I played all sports, a whole bunch. And there's a few special groups. I have one group from Syracuse that we're friends with, but you guys have that special thing, and I haven't seen it often too much. Okay, and that's what really you nailed it on the head. That's you guys, and you know it. You're aware of it. You're smart about it. It's a great thing. And of course you're not going to let it go because you're on top of it. But that means so much really in life. So I was this lucky guy that Coach Green. I was good friends with his dad. His dad was a great football coach. You may not know that. The mistake I made, I used to go over and work with him, and I never picked his brain enough about football. And he was a real character. We used to go to track together and do stuff. But through that connection, we would with Frank, got me to come to Washingtonville, and that was a wonderful thing for me. And I look at all the sports I've been involved in. Affiliation with you guys is, wonderful. Great guys. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
I have one question.
John, I'm a soccer player. John mentioned there was 4 athletes on the team. We know one was Troy. I'm just curious to who the other 2
Well,
That was Coach's quote. So that
your quote was. I thought about that.
As we all know, Troy's the only one.
I got 3. Troy, Pete, myself, and I don't know who you are.
You want me to take out the test results?
Coach, you know what? I went from 31 to 11 between my junior and senior year.
That's right, buddy. Huh?
31 to
You should be
11.
very proud of
And
that.
I'm slow as shit. I finished
You're not that fast.